to Jim's page, go
Okay.
back over there and see if I don't see. Usually I see where we're waiting to go live. Here we are. All right. And I'm not seeing the timer yet. Come on, little timer, show up. Hmm. I'm still not
Okay.
seeing that time countdown timer. Let's see if that does it.
Okay.
Are you seeing it, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm seeing a show starts in 4 minutes or so.
And where'd you get that? Jim's line?
Yeah,
Hamilton
Hamilton
County.
County TV.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get out of Facebook and go back in. Maybe that's sometimes I gotta refresh the page to get back on there. Uh, oh wow. Okay. Here's this. There's that. Let's go here. There it is. I'm not seeing the timer. Why are you seeing
Oh, you know
it?
what? I have to tell you, I'm looking at an old. I'm looking at a September 2019 thing.
Darn. I'm not. I can't see the now. I can see it on the screen up here.
Okay. Okay. And Colette, I think maybe we could try, like, I could maybe create a Zoom meeting and link to you.
Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking is, Lisa, and even with Jim, is if we try and do this anytime just to see if it work, to get it to work, um, that way people will still see the 10. And if we can get it another time and get the bugs worked out, then it's just bonus, or we can delete it or whatever. I mean, it doesn't, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not, let me see if I go see it. He's still creating, I think. Hmm. I'm gonna delete that. Okay. 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 So I'm going to Hamilton County TV.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this. There, go there. Dun, 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 dun.
There it is.
Yay. Turn your. Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to get this over to everybody. So I'm going to put this Right now I'm going to put this on. Let's see. Share with friends. Live now. Hopefully we get, there's LaDonna. Excellent. LaDonna, if you know how, go ahead and share that to Colette Liose page. That would be good.
Good.
We're actually experimenting here and trying to get this onto, let's see, I think I just figured it out, Scott. Okay, there we go. Oh, see, that's a messenger. All right. Right post. How do I change that? Well, now what you can probably do, Scott, there's Pam. Good morning, Pam. Let's see who I got on here. What you can probably do now, Scott, is if you go to your timeline, then share it over to me. All right, so I got Pam, I got Scott, I got LaDonna. Of course, I got me. Uh, we're ha- we're actually trying a different platform. Normally, a couple times a month. Tap and Girl tapping into you, Megan. Please share this out to other folks that you know, Deb, that you're friends with, so we can get some folks over here because I'm not able to share this in the way that we've done it. So if anybody can share this out, we'll just see where this goes and hopefully we can get some folks on here. Um, I am actually now in the video, I look frozen. Looks like I'm okay here though when I look at my
Yes.
phone. Go figure. All right. So, um, well, first let me do that. Let me welcome you to Tapping Into You with Tapping Girl. I am your host, Colette Liose. We've been trying to figure this out this morning. I see now we got 10 folks. Please share this out. Um, uh, share it to folks that you know. There's Trisha. Yay. Trisha, share this out. I'm not able to, so I need you to send it out as best you can. This is a practice run we're doing where we're doing a Zoom thing, third party, and then Jim, my producer, Jim Wofford is actually, we're on Facebook now, and we're wanting this platform because instead of doing the regular show that we do in the studio, with everybody staying home, this is a way we can bring in Lisa. This is a way we can bring in me and all those good things. So, um, uh, I want to first thank my sponsors. Okay, I want to thank Jim Wofford, All Things
Oh,
Technical. This has been a little challenging this morning. And it's actually Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Look, maybe you're changing how you do business and you need a car banner. Call Jim, call Logan Street Signs and Banners and see if you can't get some help there. Okay, we're all trying to keep business rolling and all those good things, right? So I also then want to go to the next thing I want to do is I want to bring in Lisa. Lisa used to sit side by side with me in the studio, and now we're not physically connected anymore, but that's okay because it's an amazing world now where we can all talk to one another and do things this way. Um, it looks like, Lisa, from what I'm looking at
yeah.
on
Yeah.
my phone, that we are, even though it's frozen up on the computer screen, we're still live on Facebook. So, good
Wonderful.
morning, Sandra. If you guys could please share this to your timeline so that other folks that are used to finding me about 10 a.m. can find me, that would be really great. So, what I want to do is I want to introduce Lisa Johnson Stasiak, and she's going to tell you what she does and those kinds of things so that you have another resource for staying well and all that good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Colette. I am so thankful to be with you today because I don't know if everybody knows or even understood. I was moving from Indiana. Now I'm in Mesa, Arizona. So we've got really nice warm temperatures and no thunderstorms and no
Yeah, that's
snow.
really nice because I'm telling you right now, last night was a lulu for us.
I,
We had hail, we had big wind. I actually asked Jim how he did. He said he thought the windows were going to come off the place. They were doing tornado watches and all kinds of stuff like that.
yeah.
Then we were actually woke at 2 in the morning with fire trucks to take care of a situation with the neighbor. So it's been quite a quite an experience we've all been having lately, hasn't
Sure has. Sure
it?
has.
No kidding. Oh, good. Lisa found us. Trisha found us. Awesome. Jenny Barbie, okay. Try not to blow up the feed, you guys, because I got to come back and respond to all these. And Facebook has not been very nice to me lately with letting me respond to all the comments. I tell you all the time that if there's something you need to know, then you send a personal note. But this is work that I do one on one, and with the times that we are in, one of the things I've been saying lately is that this is historically an amazing time, and that what it means is I didn't start my timer. I hope it's okay with Jim if I go over. I don't know where he's got to be. Sometimes he's got to be out, so you can pipe in and tell me, Jim, if I'm okay. Um, um, that we're Yay. All right, good. We are in a time where actually like never before. And I have said from the beginning of this, I believe that this is a time where we can actually, we get an opportunity to go within, clean some stuff up. We know the planet's being cleaned up. Okay. I mean, we know
Yes.
that. Scott read me an accounting yesterday in India that there are people absolutely marveling because they can see stars. They have not seen stars for years, and the mountains. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about wow, crazy good. Amy, please share me, comment people you want to see this because I'm not able to share it. So I appreciate anybody that is sharing this to get the word out to people so they know that we're here. So let's get back to the beginning and let me welcome you to Tapping Into You with Tapping Girl. I've got Lisa with me here again, which is always fun. What I do is I am actually a law of attraction. Now, listen, I tell you guys all the time, use whatever word you want to use. I'm teacher, mentor, coach, practitioner, all around good fun guy, whatever it is that helps you understand that I understand law of attraction. I teach and facilitate tapping. The two of them together, I call the dynamic duo. And what we're able to do with this technique is release negative emotions in the body, okay, that were created from a negative experience. Basically, somebody yelled at you, scared you, made you fear authority, you had something happen physically, whatever. Those emotions get buried in the body. I want to take this opportunity to say this. I am live daily. I go live from my Colette Liose page at 10 a.m. approximately. So you can follow me, you can friend me. What I decided a few weeks ago, and Lisa and I know this because we actually had our first cocktail hour last Friday night, by video, which was
Yes.
so fun. And we're going to do it again
This
tomorrow.
spring.
There,
Yes.
yeah, there's all kinds of ways to connect with people, you know. So I'm going live daily, and you can friend me, invite people, all that good stuff. So let's just talk about that for a minute. I was thinking about other times where there was stuff going on in the world, and people, first of all, they weren't newsified so fast. Okay, I think we're a little over newsified. Great, I got Chris on here. Should we tap well wishes to Facebook? Yeah, tap well wishes to Facebook and get me shared. Okay, that sometimes it's too much. Okay, so if you're being stimulated, okay, by too much news, be nice to yourself, back off of it. It's okay to do that. Okay, so what my commitment has been is I must have a little stress because I'm burping already. Um, Tapping my hands underneath the table. See, I'm going like this under the table. Um, is that I go live daily, and what I'm doing is, whether you've never ever tapped before or you have tapped before, I'm bringing myself on here to tap with people to get them out of overwhelm, to bring them some of the anger and the anxiety and the stress down and all of those things. So what we're doing with tapping, let's just talk about that for a minute. And I know y'all hear me do this all the time, okay? And I'm going to do this every time I come on because you may hear something new, but there are always new people finding me each day that don't necessarily understand the tapping and what it is that we're doing. So, what we're doing when we're doing the tapping, first of all, if you haven't, go get sanitizer, okay? We're going to be touching the face. If you're afraid to touch your face because you haven't gone and sanitized, or you're just making a habit of not touching your face, it's okay. What you want to do is we can intend when we're tapping. So when I tell you these spots, I tell people you can get close without touching when you're on the face, okay? And you will still receive results. I'm going to use other spots you may not have seen before. So tapping is basically, we used to describe it as acupuncture without the needles.
Mhm.
Okay? What we're doing is we're tapping meridian endpoints while we're addressing a negative story, a negative emotion, scary stuff, okay? And I have a lot of people when I talk one on one that will say to me, "Oh, yeah, I had a divorce in, 79, but I already processed that." And I say, "Really?" And they say, "Yeah." So we start tapping, and before you know it, their anger comes up, their frustration. What I want you all to understand is it's one thing to intellectualize emotion, okay? But emotion lives here. Emotion lives from the neck down. It's just how we're made, okay? So the reason that tapping is so brilliant is that we're actually using the meridian endpoints, okay, while we're addressing the negative emotion, and we are tapping. Tapping comes under the name of energy psychology because we're combining the energy system of the body with modern psychological concepts, okay? And when we say that, we're looking at things like sabotage, or the old thing, Lisa, how people will say, when they talk about secondary benefits, that's that thing where I want to lose weight or I want more money. Let's just use, I want to make more money. Okay.
Mhm.
But my friends might be upset. They don't know they are, because everybody thinks they want nicey things for people. But my friends might be upset if I'm making more money.
Then they,
They might expect that I'm supposed to buy. I was working with a client who wanted more money, and I said, "Okay, so what's the upside of not having more money?" "Oh, there's no upside." I say, "Yeah, there is. Okay, it's not conscious." And I said, "What's the downside of having, of having more money?" "Oh, there's no downside. How could there be a downside?" And I said, "Well, there is." So we started talking about it, and I said, "Let's pretend you got a friend in your group," which I knew they did. "Let's pretend you have a friend in your group that has more money than everyone else. What is it that people expect of that person?" And the person said to me, "We everybody expects them to buy all the time when we go out." And I said, "Do you see where you protect yourself from saying no
yeah.
by just not having it?" That's a secondary benefit. Okay. Or if I want to, when I know that I wanted to use the tapping to stop smoking, I knew that there were smokers in my life that were not going to be real happy, because it's like, well, how'd that one get away?
Uh-huh.
I'm still struggling, and she's all being happy. That's annoying,
Good.
right? You know what? Even that has secondary benefits. If you're doing happy, there
Mhm.
are some people pretty ticked off about you being so, what you got to be happy
So true.
about?
So true.
Oh, aren't people fun? All right. So what we're doing when we're tapping is we're starting out with what we call a setup phrase. Now, what we do is we tap on the side of the hand, and we're actually just talking about what it is, okay, that's going on. Even though my stomach feels sick, even though I'm afraid of spiders, even though this whole thing is freaking me out, we're just telling the truth, and we're putting it with an affirmation of self-love. Okay.
Mhm.
And then what we're doing is um, we're actually going to all these meridian endpoints while we repeat what the problem is. Okay. And Lisa's always here as my echo. In fact, you didn't tell them what all you do.
I know, because I'm like, it was so funny as you were talking. I'm like, you know what? I didn't share anything with my oils. I do Young Living oils, and I picked up Stress Away, which is perfect.
Okay, well, slather that all over to you and send it to me.
And even lavender would help.
I do love lavender.
Yeah. And there's a
I have not.
purification which is kind of like a cleaning, cleansing kind of thing.
Which is really perfect for this, because this is a time to dump your old garbage, everybody. Seriously. All that angst that's coming up, okay? That's when, whether you know how to do the tapping yourself, or you contact me, or somebody that you like, okay, somebody that you resonate with, okay, that feels safe to you, okay, because you want to be doing this in a safe place, so that they can help you connect the dots, okay, to release all of that negativity. Now, I say a lot that this is the best time ever to be alive. Okay. Why do I say that? First of all, we speak our future life experience into existence. So I think it was Edison that said, Scott will probably help me know the truth, the real answer here, that said, you can live as if nothing's a miracle or everything's a miracle. Okay. Now here's the bottom line of that. Okay. I can live as if nothing is a miracle, but a way better way to live is everything is a miracle. Okay. So it's my job to think in accordance with what I do want. Okay. So I was listening to a recording this morning as I was walking. One of the things that was being said in it, and it reminded me, in the moment you have anger, frustration, disappointment, humiliation, sadness, anger, guilt, any of those negative emotions, okay? You really want to feel the opposite. Now we know what the opposite of anger it is. It's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's fun, okay? It's every good thing. And I really have the freedom to choose what I want to focus on. Do I want to keep focusing on the anger, or do I want to focus on the peace and the tranquility? Well, here's where the tapping comes in. Okay. And that's where you would say, even though I have all this anger, I love and accept myself. And in doing that, you just told yourself, your isness, that, hey, even with this anger that I'm feeling, I'm still amazing, awesome, wonderful, caring, kind, all those things, right? Okay. And so we do it with an affirmation of self-love. So we usually do this show 2 times a month, and we're going to see about getting Melissa on here in a couple weeks. So I just want to remind you that we're usually here the second and the fourth Thursday. Okay. So it's time for me. I keep telling you guys, we're going from lockdown to smackdown with TAPNGRL. So I got to say something here. All right. I'm probably going to tap while I say it somewhere. Okay. This is a really weird thing going on, right? Because so many of us feel like we've lost our freedom. Okay. None of us thought we would lose our freedom to something so nebulous, weird, unaccountable, however you want to put that. Okay. Because it's like not even definable what's going on. And this thing. So most of us live in pretty free countries. And one of the things that's going on when something like this happens is anything that's negative, we want someone to blame. Okay. Somebody's got to be to blame for this, because we're really trained to find out who's at fault, who's at blame. Now listen, you guys that know me know you want to be tapping here or moving around the spots. You want to keep tapping. That we don't really have anyone to fault and blame. Okay. So I think that what's going on with some of the folks' choices here, okay, that I've seen lately is it's almost like I think it's a linebacker that goes through like this, that you're going like this and you're running through the group, the crowd, the group, the people, trying to flex your freedom muscle because you feel like you lost your freedom. Okay. Some not very nice choices are being made. Okay. What if it's not a loss of freedom from the standpoint you're free to choose how you want to think and feel about all of this? Okay. And that consideration actually can be a choice. Okay. I'll give you an example. I was walking the other day. I went late in the day. It was a beautiful day. So it was really busy out there. People were walking 2 and 3 abreast instead of giving 6 feet out of consideration, because we don't really know that much about this. Okay. I mentioned it to someone and pretty much got a nasty, snarky, rude comment. Okay. So I just turned around and walked away because I love that I'm considerate. Okay. So if we could stop, if we could allow ourselves to tap about how we feel about the loss of freedom and flip over to consideration, I like making choices for me that feel good, that no, I'm not disturbing my neighbors. I mean, you're home all day. We're all home all day. We're in close proximity. Okay. So there are some people on edge, and hearing your dog bark out the windows is probably not appreciated. Okay. I mean, seriously. There are places kids can go put there. I live in a community. I don't know where you are, how it is where you are, Lisa. I live in a community that is absolutely surrounded by walking
Right.
paths everywhere.
We do the same thing.
Go for a run, go for a bike ride, go take a walk, give a birth though. You keeping 6 feet from me is not about me taking away your freedom. It's about consideration.
Right.
Okay. We're all in this together. And the more consideration that we have for one another, you know, extending kindness does not mean they got away with it. Okay. So we kind of, there, I just got on my little rant. Okay. Because I live in a community where some people are making choices, trying to flex that freedom muscle, and you're really not taking other folks into consideration, in that there are other ways to to flex your freedom muscle. And so let's go back to the tapping for a second, that says, in my feeling like I've lost my freedom, okay, what do I really want to feel? I want to feel freedom. So with the tapping sequence, okay, what I'm actually doing is allowing myself to get the frustration, the negativity, the overwhelm out of my body and mind, so that now it's easier for me to feel a little more relaxed, maybe enjoy the time. Listen, my heart goes out to any and all of you that are not used to being with your children all the time, that are not used to being with your partner all the time, that are not used to, being home and not being able to get out. I got to tell you, I'm just going to be honest with you. This isn't that hard on me because I love being home. And I kind of got some boot camp this summer with my surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was home 6 weeks before I could ever even get out once.
Mhm.
So I know that going to the grocery store is scary. Okay. You want to tap before you go to the grocery store. You want to tap a couple times a day. What you really want to be doing with this is get out ahead of it. Because when you start fearing about the grocery store, okay, or you start fearing about your health, because like if something goes wrong, where am I going to go? Who am I going to say? I mean, that's scary stuff. I get it. Okay. When you start tapping immediately, don't even do the setup. Just when you find yourself in that freaking out, just start tapping. Okay. And just all this fear, all this fear, all this fear, all this fear, you calm that part of the brain that is supposed to perceive danger. Okay, so that you can actually start to respond more appropriately to what's going on. Because when we're in that state, we're either in the past or the future. We're not in our right now, where we're feeling safe and good and all that. So when we're tapping, we calm that part of the brain. We stop dumping chemicals into the body that actually are how we know we're stressed: heart rate going up, sweating, palms sweaty, maybe you shake, whatever it is. Now, tapping's kind of wacky because we actually talk about what's not going right. Okay, and someone who is a law of attraction person would say, "Oh, no, 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 you can't say that." And I'm going to tell you guys what I say all the time, and that is, you got that garbage running all day long anyway. I mean, really, you got it running all day long anyway. All right. So are you hearing me okay, Lisa?
You just a little bit.
Okay, now you popped out. All right. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to start into a tapping sequence. I've got, even though I'm feeling overwhelmed and fearful, we're going to do it really general. Now, you guys got to know, anybody on here, that when I do this work one-on-one with you, it looks different than what we're doing here. I'm telling you that because I don't need to open your biggest, most horrifying story of what happened in your life. okay, while we're on here doing a general thing. You have to take responsibility, in the words of Brad Yates, for your own emotional well being. If you are going to tap with me, you have to take responsibility for you and how you feel. And one of the things I mean when I say that is when you start tapping, if you start to emote heavily, you have to keep tapping. You have to keep tapping. You just do. All right. You get to cry with one hand because you got to keep tapping. All right. So if you are joining along, sanitize your hands if you're going to be touching your face. If you're not going to be touching your face, you can intend. Okay. I hope everybody can see that. See how I'm not really quite there. See how I'm close but not there, not touching. Okay. When we're tapping, we are tapping gently. Okay. Nobody should feel any pain from this. If you write me and say, "Oh, I tap till I'm bloody," okay, no, 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 no hurting. Okay. You're tapping about 7 to 8 times in each spot. And even this morning, I'll tell you, when I was doing my tapping, I stayed about a minute on each spot. I thought, well, you know what? I just stay there for about a minute, talk all about it, go to the next spot, stay for a minute, talk all about it. Because when when I heard the sirens and all that 2 in the morning, it was a little unnerving. But when I saw the lights and went, oh, this is across the street. Okay. And I'm not, there was a smoke filled garage. Okay. So, scary stuff. And, when people are making choices, I'm in a building with, 6 units. So when people are making choices, not taking others into consideration, not making a safe choice, you are putting others at jeopardy. This was a very preventable thing that happened. But again, if we're all flexing our freedom muscle instead of making choice based on consideration, and that I am that close to neighbors and all that stuff. Okay, so I see I got Caroline on here. We got Rochelle, pretty, Krista, awesome. All right, so we're going to just use the term overwhelm and fearful. Okay, um, and then from there we're gonna actually move to, even though people are getting on my nerves. Okay, all right, because I think that some of the stuff that goes on with respect to responses on Facebook and things like that, I'm seeing people just lash out and say, I even saw where one guy said, "We should be able to say whatever we want." Well, sometimes you don't need to.
Right.
Sometimes you don't need, as we say, scroll on by. Okay. Sometimes, if you can't say something nice, I was told don't say anything at all. I don't always do that, but if somebody's being confrontational, don't get into a thing. It's a slow boat going nowhere. Okay. You're just not going to get the satisfaction. So go into the side of the hand. I want you to feel about how you feel today, about your anxiety, your overwhelm, the fear that's going on. Okay. And we're just going to kind of take the top off of it generally. And I want you to think about where you actually feel that in your body. Do you feel that? Are your shoulders like this all the time? Are your arms tight and tense? Is your blood pressure going up? You can use tapping for absolutely everything. I know people who use it for blood pressure, diabetes, bringing down their sugar count, tapping for your pets, body aches, financial abundance. There is no issue. Okay. And this is funny because every time I say this, Lisa, somebody will
Uh-huh.
go, "Can you use it for a headache?" Okay. You can use it for everything. Everything. Migraines, pets, animals, neighbors, everything. Okay. Because we're talking about your emotional response. So feel into that overwhelm and fearful. What are you on overwhelm, Lisa?
Me, I'm going to say I'm about a 7.
Okay. That's where I went, 7, 8.
Yep.
Okay. And this is why we can use this tool all day long to just bring our body out of overwhelm. When we bring our body out of overwhelm, out of the negative emotion, y'all got to remember that then our immune system works like it's supposed to. See, every time you're stressed out, you're stressing your immune system. So you want to be using, listen, I've told you for years, duct tape your arm right here. So all day you can bring yourself out of the stress response. So here we go. And anybody who's new on here, you're just going to repeat after me. Okay. Even though I'm feeling this overwhelm,
Even though I'm feeling this overwhelmed,
and fear in my body.
and fear in my body.
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love and honor myself.
love and honor myself.
And even though I'm feeling this fear and overwhelm
And even though I'm feeling this fear and overwhelm
in my body and mind,
in my body and mind,
I deeply and profoundly
I deeply and profoundly
love and honor myself.
love and honor myself.
And even though I'm feeling
And even though I'm feeling
this overwhelm,
this overwhelm,
the fear,
the fear,
I'm probably even feeling angry.
I'm probably even feeling angry.
How did we get here?
How did we get here?
What's going on?
What's going on?
When will it end?
When will it end?
Oh boy, okay. Ooh, she was blowing that one out of the water. And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love and honor myself,
love and honor myself,
even with these feelings.
even with these feelings.
Okay. So lately I've been starting top of the head. It doesn't really matter what order you do them. We actually start at the top and work our way down. Okay. So if you can't remember all the spots later, who anybody listen, it's okay. Just tap the ones you remember. Okay. Right here on the top of the head. Now I like to close my eyes and really focus in it on the feeling. If you're doing that and it gets too big, open your eyes. All right. So now you're going to repeat all this overwhelm in my body.
All this overwhelm in my body,
Stay on the top of the head. This fear in my body.
this fear in my body,
Stay on top of the head. This anger that I'm feeling in my body.
this anger that I'm feeling in my body.
Okay, the next spot's called eyebrow. It's right at the top of the bridge of the nose, right where the eyebrow starts. One hand, the other hand, both hands. Can't do it wrong, all right? So here we go. You're going to repeat after me. All this overwhelm,
All this overwhelm,
all this anger,
all this anger,
all this fear.
all this fear.
Okay, side of the eye. You're not all the way back here. You're not all the way up here. Okay. You're right there about the side of the temple. Remember, if you don't want to touch, you just intend. Okay. Feeling right there and saying all this overwhelm and fear,
All this overwhelm and fear,
all this anger
all this anger.
under the eye. Now, what we're doing is we're following the bone. So there's a bone right under there. Okay. All this anger,
All this anger,
all the overwhelm in my body,
all the overwhelm in my body,
all the fear that I've been feeling.
all the fear that I've been feeling.
Okay. Right here. All this fear and overwhelm,
All this fear and overwhelm,
stay under the nose, all this unrest in my body,
all this unrest in my body.
chin. It just gets so overwhelming for me.
It just gets so overwhelming for me.
Stay in the chin, and it's the denty part. All the anger and fear.
All the anger and fear.
Okay, collarbone. Now you can go back to touching if you were not going on the face. What you want to do is it's right where the knot of a man's tie goes. So you can use your fist, your flat hand. I tap like this, one side, the other side. Okay. And you're going to repeat all the overwhelm and fear that I'm feeling,
All the overwhelm and fear that I'm feeling.
all the anger and the frustration.
All the anger and frustration.
Okay, I'm going to bring in a little more, a little deeper, the loneliness and the sadness.
The loneliness.
Uh-huh. Under the arm. Now, the way this works is right down the side of your body. It's like if you just go right down the seam of your clothes, it's going to be right there. For women, it's about the middle of the bra strap. For guys, it's about 4 inches down from the armpit. Okay. All this overwhelm and fear,
All this overwhelm and fear.
all this anger,
All this anger.
all the loneliness and sadness.
All the loneliness and sadness.
Okay, so I'm bringing in some spots that some of you have seen, not everybody. Here we go. The wrist. You can either put the inside of your wrist together. You could tap like this, whatever it is that you like, okay? Sometimes I do this and then I just flip them. It's still the inside, but I do, okay? All this anger,
All this anger.
all the frustration and sadness,
All the frustration and sadness.
all the loneliness and the overwhelm,
all the loneliness and overwhelm.
It just gets to be too much sometimes.
It just gets to be too much sometimes.
Okay, now put your hands up like this. Have you done these spots, Lisa?
No, I've not.
Okay, so you're going to take one hand or the other. I like 3 fingers. Okay, and you're going to tap the side of the thumb that faces you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you just say all this fear and overwhelm.
All this fear and overwhelm.
Okay, now go to the index finger, the side that faces you.
Okay.
All this fear and overwhelm.
All this fear and overwhelm.
Middle finger, this overwhelming fear in my body.
This overwhelming fear in my body.
Go to the ring finger, this fearful, overwhelmed feeling in my body.
This fearful, overwhelmed feeling in my body.
Go to the side of the little finger, this fear and overwhelm I've been stuffing.
This fear and overwhelm I've been stuffing.
Side of the hand. All these negative emotions
All these negative emotions
that I haven't given a voice to.
that I haven't given a voice to.
Go back to the top of the head. Just giving them a voice.
Just giving them a voice.
Allowing myself to voice my feelings.
Allowing myself to voice my feelings.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go back and do another round. Let's go to the eyebrow. All the fear and the frustration.
All the fear and the frustration.
The loneliness and the sadness.
The loneliness and the sadness.
The how did we get here overwhelm.
The how did we get here overwhelm.
The how did we get here anger.
The how did we get here anger.
Just acknowledging how I feel.
Just acknowledging how I feel.
Side of the eye. All the frustration and fear.
All the frustration and fear.
The overwhelm and the anger.
The overwhelm and the anger.
The fear and the sadness.
The fear and the sadness.
The isolation and loneliness.
The isolation and loneliness.
Just allowing myself to voice this.
Just allowing myself to voice
while
this.
I calm my brain.
While I calm my brain.
Under the eye. All those feelings.
All those feelings.
I hadn't given them a voice.
I hadn't given them a voice.
They want a voice.
They want a voice.
I'm going to just talk about how I'm feeling.
I'm just going to talk about how I'm feeling.
And I don't need to judge myself.
And I don't need to judge myself.
Under the nose. Just feeling all this emotion.
Just feeling all this emotion.
The fear and the anger.
The fear and the anger.
The loneliness.
The loneliness.
The isolation.
The isolation.
It feels like I lost my freedom.
Feels like I've lost my freedom.
And the assailant is invisible.
And the assailant is invisible.
Jen, I'm not sure I know how to cope with all of this.
I'm not sure I know how to cope with all of this.
It seems so overwhelming.
It seems so overwhelming.
And I feel isolated.
And I feel isolated.
Collarbone, I'm afraid of what the new normal is going to be.
I'm afraid of what the new normal is going to be.
It seems so unsure to me.
It seems so unsure to me.
So uncertain.
So uncertain.
And it scares me.
And it scares me.
And I'm just being honest.
And I'm just being honest.
And this is the most good I can do for me.
And this is the most good I can do for me.
And my body.
And my body.
My body says thank you.
My body says thank you.
Under the arm. Allowing myself to talk about.
Allowing myself to talk about.
Feel about.
Feel about.
And keep me safe.
And keep me safe.
While I'm talking about those negative emotions.
While I'm talking about those negative emotions.
Going to the wrists. I wonder if I could allow myself.
I wonder if I could allow myself.
Right here. To not judge me.
To not judge me.
Go into the thumb. Yep. The side facing you. Yep. To not be in judgment of me.
To not be in judgment of me.
Side of the index finger. Because when I'm not judging me.
Because when I'm not judging me.
middle finger. It's so much easier to not be in judgment of others.
It's so much easier to not be in judgment of
Right
others.
here. I can make choices out of consideration
I can make choices out of consideration,
under the side of the little finger, not fear.
not fear.
Side of the hand. Just allowing myself to feel a little bit safer.
Just allowing myself to feel a little bit safer.
Top of the head. This is me taking care of me.
This is me taking care of me.
Yep. Take a nice breath.
Mm.
I know you freeze up on there, Lisa, but can you still see me? I mean, hear me?
I can hear you. You
Okay,
froze.
good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I think that's just us because I don't see us necessarily doing that on Facebook. I'm trying to look and see if I am. So let me ask you this. When you think about that overwhelm, okay, what'd you go to? Because my right away I'm like 2, 1.
Oh, right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
2.
And
It
even as I said it too, I went 1. It doesn't bother
I
me.
know.
Yeah.
It just really does dwindle.
Yeah. Now, you guys, I'm seeing your scroll on Facebook. That's why I keep looking over here. Go ahead and let me know if yours came down because that's the way this is supposed to work. It actually allows you to calm down that brain. You get blood up here, and before you know it, you're thinking a little more rationally. Thinking rationally is a really good plan. Okay,
Very good.
because when we make choices and decisions from fear, nobody prospers in that. Nobody does well in that. I mean, I've
So
had
true.
to tell Scott, some of you know that he has the God love him, the unhappiness of sometimes because he took on a job for the homeowners association. People do not always appreciate the choices and decisions that are made, so he gets screamed at by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's just not necessary at all. I've told him it really is going to be important for you to get to a point where if somebody is raging at you because they're out of control, you just put up your hands. I'm going home. See you later. Live long and
Yeah.
prosper. Whatever it is, okay? I'm telling you, every human being in this could be could be tapping and benefiting the whole planet by bringing it down, okay? Because here's what I believe. I truly believe when we get on the other side of this, our new normal is going to be even better, okay? I think there's an opportunity here for kindness, for healing of the planet,
Yeah.
for us to take better care of each other and the world.
Such a perfect reset. I mean,
Yeah,
there's that anger and fear and stuff behind it, but once you get through, you realize how much better
yeah,
it will be.
yeah, yeah. And we got to start focusing our way there. Just like this morning when I was on the walk and I was thinking about the anger and I thought, okay, that
Yeah.
always means that what I want is the opposite. So in that anger, what I really want is I want people being able to have a conversation for understanding, not for blaming, not for finger pointing, not for scaring. Okay. And
Mhm.
when we do that, okay, Sandra, that is very common to feel a little lightheaded after you tap like that. All that tells me is you were really up there, probably more than your 7. Okay. And once you do that big a tapping, it's kind of like, whoa.
Wow.
Okay. So just be okay. In a few minutes, you won't feel that way. You'll be a little more relaxed. It's all good. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. No looking back. See, pretty. I mean, when we have people who think like we do,
Uh-huh.
from the standpoint, there's no looking back. There's no point
Right.
in trying to figure out how we got here. It's like I tell people when we're doing the tapping, it's the unfigureoutable. Okay.
Right.
You're trying to figure out the unfigureoutable, knock it off. I mean, usually I say lean into the camera, smack, knock that off because it's not going to help anything.
Right.
It What I really want to do is understand in the moment I'm feeling anger. What I really want is feel peace and say, oh, even though I have all this anger in my body, okay, and take care of me that way because I will start to have that calming response. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a little more positive tapping. Okay. Good to have you on here, Sandra. Yes, and thank you, Christy. I think I did say Sandy's name right. Thanks for being on here, Sandy and Krista. Thank you for the reminder. Drink water. Okay, you want it's like massage, it's like any other energy technique that you do, because we have an electrical system, and we are a bunch of water, 65% or whatever. I keep hearing different percentage. It's just like, people used to say that the energy meridians were mapped out in the body by the Chinese. Like, first I heard 3,000 years. Now we're up to 5,000. Well, I haven't lived 2,000 years to add on the 2,000.
It's a grounding thing that you need to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And really, I say that to people. Tapping, if you like grounding, if you know about grounding, tapping is very grounding. We're reconnecting to the body and how it feels. Okay. Are you a tree hugger? Go out and hug that tree and tap with the other hand. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Okay. Whatever it is that you do. I mean, Lisa, sniff your oil and tap. You're going to do Reiki, tap first. You're going to meditate, tap first. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to go for a walk, tap first. So that when that guy walks by and they're, flexing their freedom muscle because they need somebody to blame. Some people just do. You can even do general tapping for the planet. Even though there's a lot of people afeared right now, you can do that. If that makes you feel more productive, do it. You can't. The only way you can do tapping wrong is if you're not doing it. All right. So let's go back to the eyebrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say some good feeling words while we're doing this. Okay. The way I really like to feel
The way I really like to feel
is clear,
is clear,
connected,
connected,
free.
free.
I'm so free.
I'm so free.
I can choose what I want to focus on.
I can choose what I want to focus on.
Side of the eye. I love feeling fun
I love feeling fun
and silly,
and silly,
frisky,
frisky, even
energetic,
energetic,
satisfied.
and satisfied.
Under
Yeah.
the eye. I like feeling masterful.
I like feeling masterful.
Masters think like beginners.
Masters think like beginners.
I can keep it very simple.
I can keep it very simple.
Under the nose. I like feeling kindness.
I like feeling kindness.
I love to give and receive
I
kindness.
love I love to give and receive kindness.
I like feeling cheerful.
I like feeling cheerful.
And all these choices
And all these choices
are within my power.
are within my power.
Right here. Flexing my freedom muscle
Flexing my freedom muscle
by focusing on how I want to feel.
by focusing on how I want to feel.
And when I do this,
And when I do this,
I send a clear signal to the universe. You must have, I must have froze up. I send a clear signal to the universe. Okay, right here. Of how I want to feel today. Yep.
I'm so sorry.
That's right. No, you're good. Just keep tapping where I'm at. Scott's over here repeating too, so don't worry about it. It's all good. Right here. I love feeling compassionate
I love feeling compassionate
and passionate.
and passionate.
It feels so much more empowering.
It feels so much more empowering.
Under the arm. I can send love to everything and everyone.
I can send love to everything and everyone.
That's my choice in every moment.
That's my choice in every moment.
I can focus on what I want.
I can focus on what I want
Flip your wrist the other way. Or what I got.
or what I've got.
Right here on the side of the thumb. I like focusing on the outcome I want.
I like focusing on the outcome I want.
Side of the index finger. I love the feeling of celebration,
I love the feeling of celebration,
optimism,
optimism,
bliss.
bliss.
Next finger, middle finger. I like feeling playful.
I like feeling playful.
It's natural for me to be playful,
It's natural for me to be playful,
to skip,
to skip,
to dance,
to dance,
to feel joyful.
to feel joyful.
What's that called? Ring finger.
Ring finger.
I want to feel accepting,
I want to feel accepting,
acceptable,
acceptable,
And I do that by feeling that way about me.
And I do that way by feeling that way about me.
When I connect to the love that I am,
When I connect to the love that I am,
by the little finger, I'm closing the gap
I'm closing the gap
between physical me
between physical me
and non physical me.
and non physical me.
When I close that gap,
When I close that gap,
I'm practicing feeling good.
I'm practicing feeling good.
I like feeling good.
I like feeling good.
It's good to feel good.
It's good to feel good.
I choose to feel good.
I choose to feel good.
Take a breath. Nice big deep breath. Fill up your belly, blow it out. You can even make a sigh noise when you do it. Okay. How are we doing?
Very good.
You gonna be taking a nap? Although
Talk,
it's only 8 o'clock to you, isn't it?
yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I got to go back to my other
Yeah,
work.
Lisa's working. Lisa's actually taking a break from her work to facilitate this and do all of this for me. So they want me to sing. Okay, well, y'all are out of your mind. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so Lisa, you can just follow along and do the tapping because Lisa does not like doing the singing thing, and it's all right. So let's do the I am enough one. And then I think what I want to do is do the I want to feel good one. Actually, let's start with the I want to feel good. For those of you who haven't heard it, I got new words. Let me find it on here. Yeah, I better check in with Jim to make sure he said we're okay on time. Whoa, what is that?
The box top of some candy that I got from Randy for Valentine's Day.
That's gorgeous.
It's lacy and everything.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What a nice fan. Look at her, just blowing love all over the place.
You know what? You got the energy moving, Colette. I'm really.
Oh, you're having a flash.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, sir. All right. So here we go. We're going to start on the top of the head. I want to feel good. I love to feel good. I choose to feel good no matter what they say. I want to feel good. I love to feel good. And I choose to feel good come what may. I want to feel good. I love to feel good. I choose to feel good no matter what they say. I love to feel good. I want to feel good. And I choose to feel good come what may. It's really hard for me to sing the new song and tap and do the words. So we're going to go back to the other one I know that I know really good that I sing even better. Lucky, lucky you. All right, here we go. We'll start on the eyebrows. I am enough now. I shine my light now. I am enough now. I was born this way. I am enough now. I shine my light now. And nobody can take that away. I am enough now. I shine my light now. I am enough now. I was born this way. I am enough now. I shine my light now. And nobody can take that away. One more time. I am enough now. I shine my light now. I am enough now. I was born this way. I am enough now. I shine my light now. And nobody can take that away. Ta-da! My favorite part. Okay. Pretty always puts a ta-da on there for me with a sticker. All right. So I want to thank everybody that found us and got on here. Awesome, awesome. We are going to leave it on there so you can come back and watch us anytime you want. I am going live daily at 10 a.m. normal time. Look for me a couple minutes either side fudge. I want to thank Jim Wofford for all the technology that allows us to bring Lisa in here and do this. Logan Street signs and banners, Noblesville trophies. Give him a holler if you're changing the way you do business and you want a car sign, all kinds of stuff he does. I got my TAPNGRL banners from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you, Lisa, to talk about what you do, how to find you.
Okay, yeah. Young Living Essential Oils. And I'm also a Reiki master. I can do distance Reiki. So if you're interested, you need some help, 317-750-2445, or you can find me on Facebook too. So send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. It's
Yes. And if
such fun to
anybody's
do
having
that.
trouble, connecting with Lisa, if that's what you want to do, you can send Colette Liose a personal message and I can get you
We'll
her
connect.
information. Again, I want to remind you that I do this work one on one and I do it in group. One on one looks different, okay? A little different because we dive deeper. I love y'all's garbage. So, having said that, I think I covered everything. Can you think of anything, Scott? I forgot. Crazy. Okay. You want to be getting out ahead of it, folks. Okay. What that means is you want to be tapping maybe 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before bed. You'll sleep better. You'll have more patience and kindness for other people. It'll be easier for you to connect to being considerate rather than flexing that freedom muscle because we all are feeling like we lost our freedom and it's just feels weird. Okay. And sometimes we feel like we need somebody to be angry with, and we just don't. We are where we are, and the more kindness that there is out there, the more good we do for one another. I'm telling you, well, it almost makes me cry. I'm so full of it right now.
I agree.
So I'm going to tell you what I always tell you, and that is, until I see you next time, keep tapping into you. We're out.